Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a box squat. Box squats are a great way to progress when you've gotten some mobility and you're ready to kind of do repetitions. I love this exercise. For myself, it tends to be my go-to for my squat pattern because it helps to keep my chest upright and make sure that I maintain form. You can use it to increase your range of motion as you go forward, but as we're training a squat, it's not so important that how deep we go. We look at the depth of the squat for a range of motion check, for a control check, but when you start to load a squat, you don't really want to go, and you don't need to go that low. Really just below parallel is the ideal position for loading a squat to put less strain through your knees. And if you're setting up to cheer, that's the position you want. You don't want to be down low because it's harder. You need a lot more power from your legs to stand from a super low squat. Yes, there are times that we're starting on the ground and working our way up, and certainly those are important to transition in practice. But in training a squat to improve it, to get better for general purposes in building strength for stunting, for tumbling, for jumping, all of that, getting to just below parallel with our chest upright, our chest proud, ribs down, trunk stable, not moving, hip mobility, ankle mobility correct, just below parallel is the position that we want. And as we've talked earlier, maintaining our core so we don't get that butt wink as we do that, and we have real good hip and core stability. So today I'm going to show you from my bench, which is just a little bit too high for me, and also from my box here, which is just a little too low. So something in between. Ideally, again, if you start off, I teach people starting from a sit position. So here you can see my knees are just slightly below my hips. So again, this is just a little too short for me, but it works, especially as you're starting. The higher the surface, the easier it's going to be to maintain that form. And so certainly if somebody's really struggling with their legs coming in or their chest coming forward, get them a little bit higher, train in that position. And then as that gets stronger, you can load in this position, which we'll talk about next time, or you can, you progress to a lower surface and gradually work that while maintaining control. It's most important to maintain control. So if we are set here, knees, and now it's normal. If you watch a baby squat, they will sometimes turn their legs out. When we turn our legs out, that actually increases the use of our glute max. I like to test in neutral because that gives us a standard operating procedure to retest from, and that tells us our optimal mobility. But if they slightly turn out when they're stunting or as you're lifting, if you're turning out slightly, that's fine. Turning way out may be too much. So find a comfortable position that's comfortable on your hips and allow people to go from there. There's different, you could do a sumo squat. There's other squats, but this is just a basic neutral squat. So a slight turnout is okay. We're going to cross our arms across our chest, lift elbows up to face the wall opposite us. That's going to help to keep our chest upright. From here, we're just going to come stand up and then touch our butt back to the seat. Back up and down. Now this shouldn't hurt. If people have knee pain, they may need to go a little bit higher. Maybe have them adjust their feet a little bit and see if they can actually get their glutes a little bit more comfortable. Make sure you've done a warm-up. That can help. As that gets easy, we can come into a lower box. And you'll see this is actually slightly too low for me, that my knees are a little bit higher than my hips. But it works a little bit more depth training. It's going to put a little more compression through your knees. So someone that has knee pain, I wouldn't work at this level. If they have good mobility and have good, decent control at that higher level and there's no pain, it might be okay to work at this level. Something just a little bit higher, right about to here, would be my ideal. There's a lot of different boxes out there and steps that you can work towards. If you're in a gym setting and working on squats, working to the bleachers, the bottom bleacher might be an option, a good height. So it all depends on the height of you and whoever you're training or and your cheerleader. So from here, same thing, elbows up high, keep your chest up, coming up, just down, touch your butt, and back up. And you can see it actually works a little bit more control. You want to work that you're keeping this stable, not allowing too much extension through the back, not getting that butt wink, keeping everything stable, keeping your chest up tall. Really works my ankles and my at the same time. So it might be good as long as people are not having pain and they can maintain general form without letting their knees come totally in. We call this valgus. So if knees are coming way in here, it puts a different torque through the knee. You know, we want them to be nice and straight and in line with our feet. Try those box squats. Work on motor control there. Work the repetitions from there. Keep it pain-free. Keep it comfortable. And we'll see you next time. Have a great one.